Here are my top tips that if you're doing with your dog, I guarantee will ensure success. Exercising your dog is by far one of the most important things that you need to be doing with them every single day. If you want a better behaved dog, exercise them more. If you want your dog to settle down in the house better, exercise them more. If you want to make training easier, exercise them more. If you want socialization to go smoother, exercise them more. If you want them to stop destroying your house, guess what? Exercise them more. Isn't that right, Gil? If you want a happier dog, exercise your dog. Loose lead walking is hands down one of the most powerful things that you can achieve with your dog, something that you can do every day that makes walking your dog go from the chore of your day through to the joy of your day, with amazing positive benefits of building a better relationship with your dog, removing reactivity and aggression towards other dogs, being able to give them better exercise because this is more mentally stimulating as well as physically stimulating. Loose lead walk your dog every single day. Threshold manners is something that you should be doing, no exception, with your dog with every single threshold that they ever go through. So what is a threshold and what are threshold manners? Well, threshold is any gateway into a new environment. That could quite literally be a gateway. It could also be going out of the crate, going into the crate. It could be going from your kitchen to your living room. It could be going from in your house to out your house, or from out your house to in your house. It could be going through a style from one field to another field. Any gateway between two places is a threshold. Threshold manners are letting you go through that first and then waiting to be welcomed through. I'm going to demonstrate that right now with Millie, a dog that I've not worked on threshold manners with right now, so you can see it unfold live in action. We're about to go into my training paddock. The threshold opens, a little bit of pressure, she doesn't go through, she waits nicely. Then I go through and she can follow me in. I truly believe every dog on the planet should be crate trained. Therefore, you should be crate training your dog. It doesn't mean that they have to be in their crate every single night or during the day every single day, but it means that you should have the opportunity to use a crate if and when you need it. As a puppy, I guarantee it'll be a lifesaver. When you're rescuing a dog and first bringing it into the home, it will be a lifesaver. It will help with toilet training, it will help with destructive behaviors, and it will provide your dog a safe place for them to decompress and relax. But then, in a God forbid situation where they need to go to a vet, or maybe you need to go and do something and they have to stay with somebody else, them being able to stay in a crate makes the whole experience easier for everybody involved, including the dog, who will also be happier for being crate trained. My magic green circle game that you can do with your dog, I guarantee will absolutely change your life and make living with your dog a more enjoyable one. The way we play the game is simple. Draw an imaginary green circle that is attached to your left foot. Start doing directional changes. Let's go. If they stay in the green circle, yes, good girl. We can reward, we could give food, and we can praise. If they go out of the green circle, we provide a little bit of pressure to build that engagement. So if they're not paying attention, they lose the game. If they're paying attention, yes, they win the game. And that encourages your dog to always stay in your magic green circle, which then makes walking your dog an absolute dream. This little trick will revolutionize how you live with your dog. Millie, sit. Good girl. When you come to a stop, get in the habit of putting your dog into a sit, but more importantly, plant your flag. And what I mean by that is take your left foot and plant your flag just in front of them. Claim this space as a calm, assertive, loving leader. It communicates to your dog that you are in control and they don't need to worry. This is a game changer for reactive dogs and preventing dogs from becoming reactive. But more importantly, it's a game changer for you building good habits of always being a calm, consistent, loving leader for your dog. Always remember, plant your flag. My barrier to entry rule will absolutely ensure that your dog looks up to you as their calm, consistent, loving leader. What my barrier to entry rule is incredibly simple, and you can start doing it right now. All you have to do is work out what the dog absolutely loves and then don't let them have access to it when they want. They can still have it, but to gain access to it, they have to sit, look up to you for guidance and direction until you can tell them they can have it. You can do this for their meal times. Rather than just letting them have access to their food, they sit, you put the food on the floor, but they look up to you for guidance and direction until you tell them they can have it. If you want them to cuddle on the sofa, oh, no problem with that, but rather than them jumping up and down as they choose, they sit, look up to you until you welcome them up. Anything that your dog likes, use it to your advantage, put a barrier to entry in place, and you will be reinforcing to your dog that you are their loving leader. Now, I'm about to show you an advanced trainery trick that the best dog trainers in the world understand, but if you can master it, you'll have huge success as well. And it's called yielding to leash pressure to counteract oppositional reflex. Now, I get it, that sounds crazy, and that is just trainer fancy jargon. What it means is that when you feel pressure on the lead, instead of pulling against it, go with it. That is huge for being able to navigate your dog, and it's huge in helping them stop from pulling. So when they feel pressure coming this way, yes, they go with the pressure. This way, yes, they go with the pressure. Yes, 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 which is how we can shape a really nice loose lead heel. And when they go to pull towards something and the pressure is applied, rather than pulling into it further, they understand, oh, I need to yield to that pressure. And it gives you amazing control. What does your dog love more than anything else on the planet? Is that food? Is that toys? Is that praise from you? Brilliant. Use that to your advantage every single day to help get the behaviors that you do want from them. Yes, I'm a behaviorist. Yes, I help people get their dogs to stop doing the things that are frustrating. But it's equally as important to let the dog know what it is that we do want. And the best way to do that is find the thing that your dog loves, help them understand what it is that they do want, and then reward that heavily with the thing that they love so much, and they'll do that behavior more and more in the future. Combine that with some of my other methods and you will have the success that you've always dreamed of with your dog. You need to make sure that you're always charging your marker when you're working with dogs. Now, that might sound like fancy dog trainer spiel, but all it means is having an ability to let your dog know when they've done something right and that they get excited and want to do that thing again. Some people do that with a clicker. I personally like to use a verbal marker. My verbal marker is yes. And what we mean by charging your marker is exactly that. Think of a battery. You want that battery to be packed full of energy. And by energy, that is excitement with your dog, them understanding that they've done something great so that they'll repeat that again. So every time they do something you want them to do, you mark it with yes or a clicker. They understand they've done something great and that a treat is coming to them. Now, the way they understand that is we charge it up, and that's really easy. Use your marker and then reward your dog with food. And you can constantly be charging that marker up to make sure that that battery is full to the brim.